This is how to win every single game in Hypixel Party Games. This game mode is a collection of 26 different games. Out of these 26 games, you'll play 8 of them at random. The goal is to have the most stars by the end of the 8 games. You get stars by placing in the top 3 during these 8 games. I'm gonna go through and tell you all the strategies I use to win each game and place as high as possible. I'm going through each game in alphabetical order, and I've included the timestamps for this video, so you can skip to a specific game if you'd like to. Alright, let's get started. Animal slaughter. Aim for the cows and pigs. Do your best to combo them so they don't run away. Also, you can ignore the chickens unless you see like a big flock of them. Besides that though, just be careful of the minus 50% animals because you'll lose half your score if you hit one. Anvil Spleef. Stare up at the sky and only move if you see an anvil coming down directly on top of you. When moving around, be aware of your surroundings and make sure there are blocks around you that you can go to. You have about 3 to 4 seconds to move after the anvil starts coming down on you, so move quickly. Avalanche. Unfortunately, there's a lot of luck involved in this game. Play the game normally up until round 10, making sure you take cover whenever the avalanche comes. On round 10 and every round after, go under the save point at the literal last second. Everyone else will be busy punching each other while you take cover under the save points. If you get into a 1v1, let the other person take cover first. Then at the last second, punch them away from the save point and take cover. Bombardment. This is another luck-based game. Some people say that you should stay toward the back of the platform. I really don't think it matters as long as you can see and you're aware of where the bombs are coming down on and making sure you avoid them. Cannon painters. My strategy for this game is just to go after the edges of the canvas. I've always noticed that by the end of the game, the edges are usually unpainted since everyone's going after the middle of the canvas. And once you're done with the edges, slowly start making your way toward the middle. Just make sure to go back and reclaim any of the edges that someone else may have taken. Chicken ring. Whatever you do, do not miss any of the rings. Please. If you have to, jump, sneak, or tap W to control your speed, since the speed you lose doing this is negligible compared to the speed you lose if you miss a ring. Dive. Not too much strategy is involved with this game, it's more just skill. Of course, try to aim for the places that have the bigger spots of water, and if you need to, you can practice this game in a single player world so you're prepared for the smaller spots of water. Also, something you can do that really helps me out is look straight down and use your crosshair to aim for those smaller spots of water. Fire leapers. I recommend going into third-person view for this game so you can see how many lines of fire are coming towards you at once. Also, instead of standing still, start at the back, and when you're in midair after jumping, move forward. This will make it a lot easier for you to clear the jumps, and it will give you more room to make errors. Frozen floor. Target whoever is close to you, because those will probably be the people that try to take you out first. And if you're given the opportunity to third party, do it. But besides that, just do your best to stay away from both edges. High ground. Obviously, knock people away from the middle and defend yourself as needed. However, do not target anyone in particular unless they're in first place. Also, please don't crouch the whole game. I don't know why people do this. It literally does nothing for you. Hoe Hoe Hoe. Before you start tilling the land, take a look around and plan a path where you can cut off as many people as you can. However, you have a very small window to examine the area, so don't spend too much time doing this, otherwise you'll end up getting stuck. Jigsaw Rush. There's a few ways you can play this game. The way I like to do it is by memorizing either one row or one column at a time. That way I don't have to keep looking back and forth. Some people like to go one block at a time in their hotbar because the order of the blocks in the hotbar don't change, but ultimately it's up to you how you want to play. Jungle jump. Stay in a straight line for as long as you can and only make turns when you need to. There's not really that much strategy involved with this, but just remember where and when to jump. Lab escape. Just use your hotkeys. That's it. Ever since I started using my hotkeys for this game so many years ago, I've gotten first place every single time. I'm pretty sure the only reason why people struggle with this game is because they use their scroll wheel. So yeah, just use your hotkeys and you'll win. Lawn mower. Play this game in third-person view. To get the most amount of grass, I usually start at the edges and slowly start making my way towards the middle. Once the edges are pretty much cleared, use third-person view to find the big clusters of grass. Also, try to make as little turns as possible because it does slow you down quite a bit. Minecart Racing. There's not really that much strategy to this besides just being good with a bow. The only thing I should really mention is that you should wait to hold W until you've hit at least a few pieces of wool. That way you'll have an easier time aiming for the wool before you start really accelerating. Also, don't hit other people's wool because it'll speed them up. Pig fishing. After you hit a pig with your fishing rod, move to the back of your area before reeling it in. This will make it a lot easier to get the pigs into the hole and stop them from getting stuck on the rim. You don't need to prioritize getting the super super bacon pigs, but getting them will definitely help. Pig jousting. When you're fighting someone, focus on landing as many hits as you can on them. Don't worry if your health gets low, because once you defeat the person you're fighting, you'll get regen 3 and get all of your health back. After that, repeat this with someone else and keep doing this until you win the game. RPG 16. For this game, you want to fully embrace the art of third partying. Become Mr. Janitor. I know it's a really toxic way of playing, but you gotta do it if you want even a chance to place in the top 3. Keep your eye on some people who are fighting. After you see someone get hit twice, go in for the third hit, and then keep repeating this. Shooting range. First, be good with a bow if that wasn't already obvious. Second, go after the golden or TNT mobs. If there aren't any golden or TNT mobs present, go after the skeletons. You only need 60 points to win, which is 3 golden skeletons or 6 golden zombies. Spider maze. Not much strategy is needed for this game, just keep an eye on where the tower is and use third person view to avoid the dead ends. Also, avoid going through cobwebs as much as you can because it really slows you down. Super sheep. I like to keep to myself for most of the game. If someone is near me, I'll try maybe once or twice to take them out, but I won't actually go out of my way to get people out of the game. Usually, I'm just trying to place top 3 when playing this game. Also, I still have no idea what the spacebar is used for in this game, so if someone could tell me what it does in the comments, I'd really appreciate that. The floor is lava. Same idea as jungle jump, just memorize where and when to make the jumps and only make turns when you really need to. I will say that the floor is lava is the easier one of the 2 parkour games. Trampalinio. If you don't see a booster, go after the yellow wool, and if you see a booster, make sure you always go into the booster from the bottom and not from the top or the side. This way you'll get the highest boost possible and it'll make it way easier for you to get the red wool. Volcano. Another game that is pretty much completely up to luck. Play this game normally all the way up until you get to the near end. Keep an eye on which blocks around you start decaying last and jump between those blocks. Eventually, when you have nowhere else to go, wait until the very last second before the red block below you disappears and then jump. This should maximize your chances of falling into the lava last. Unfortunately though, if the blocks around another player started decaying later than the blocks around you, that other person is pretty much guaranteed the win, which is why I say this game is up to luck. And finally, workshop. There are no real strategies for this game, you just have to be good at using a crafting table and a furnace. I will say this though, make sure you have all of your materials before you start crafting. That way you don't have to run back to the wall to get more materials. If you have to go to the second floor to get more materials, don't panic. All the blocks on the walls are in the same place for everyone, so if you have to go to the second floor to get more materials, everyone else will have to also. So obviously just watching this video isn't going to make you a master at party games, so you're just going to have to keep practicing if you want to get better. However, you don't actually have to get first place in every single game. As long as you have the most amount of stars by the end of the 8 games, you'll win. But anyways, yeah, that's it for this video. I hope it helps some of y'all, and I'll see you all in my next video.